Have you ever seen someone who commands attention, yet purposefully avoids it, making them stick apart from the crowd? That person might be a Sigma male unveiling. The enigma of Sigma males exposes us to a distinct kind of masculinity and breaks social conventions on an engrossing journey. In the field of social dynamics, we often hear about the strong alphas and the accommodating betas. Sigmas are introverted, autonomous, and prefer to live outside of the mainstream. They are the silent watchers and independent thinkers who don't get affirmation from the crowd. Although betas are the followers and perform supporting roles, alphas are usually the leaders and dominate the room. However, the fascinating world of Sigma men is hidden in the shadows, away from these well-traveled roads. Because their propensity for solitude is a deliberate decision rather than the result of shyness or fear, Sigma guys are often seen as mysterious. They are at ease in their own company. The nonconformists who choose to live life on their own terms, refusing to be boxed into conventional roles or expectations, are the ones who dare to be different, challenge the status quo, and carve out their own path. Their journey is not always easy, nor is it always understood, but it is uniquely theirs, and they wouldn't have it any other way. They thrive in the silence that allows their minds to wander. Unlike alphas or betas, their sense of self-worth is not tied to societal approval or positions of power. They are self-sufficient, drawing strength from their independence and self-reliance. It's true that Sigma guys are mysterious, a conundrum that defies the conventional definitions of masculinity. They don't want to be the leaders or the followers, the heroes or the sidekicks, who are happy to be themselves, live in their own universe, and abide by their own set of laws. They are boldly unconventional, unabashedly autonomous, and fascinatingly absent. The only wolves in society blazing their own trail are Sigma guys. Let's examine the characteristics of Sigma guys in more detail now that we know who they are. Due in large part to their introspective nature and tendency to get deeply absorbed in their thoughts while reflecting on life and its intricacies, Sigma guys are sometimes seen as mysterious individuals. They are the contemporary era's thinkers, dreamers, and philosophers, and their introspection often results in a rich inner world full of ideas, ideologies, and a distinct perception of the world around them. Another distinguishing characteristic is their independence. Self-sufficient Sigma guys prefer to depend on their own strengths and skills rather than ask for assistance from others. They are not influenced by social standards and often follow their own path. This feeling of independence stems from a deep-seated faith in their own skills rather than from conceit, which leads us to another important quality: self-assurance. Though many may interpret their lack of need for social interaction as a sign of aloofness, Sigma males are secure in their own skin, aware of their strengths and weaknesses, and do not feel the need to prove anything to others. Their confidence is quiet and not boastful. Rather, it is the confidence of someone who knows their worth and does not seek validation from others. One of the most fascinating characteristics of Sigma males is their adaptability. They are like chameleons, able to easily adapt to different situations and environments. This adaptability stems from their unconventional approach to life, which views life as a multitude of possibilities, each leading to a different outcome. Sigma males are selective with their social interactions, valuing quality over quantity. They also enjoy solitude and find peace in their own company. These characteristics set Sigma males apart from others. They are the outliers, the lone wolves, the ones who break social norms and forge their own path. They may not fit into traditional roles, but they offer a fresh perspective and a fresh approach to the world. And in a world that is changing all the time, that is more crucial than ever. What is the lifestyle of a Sigma man? The Sigma male lifestyle is an unusual combination of independence, solitude, and simplicity. A Sigma male's love of solitude is another characteristic that distinguishes them. They are not loners out of sadness or dislike the company of others, but rather prefer the company of their own thoughts and ideas. These people have a knack for cutting through the noise of the world and distilling life down to its most essential elements. They also have an appreciation for simplicity and frequently choose a minimalist lifestyle free of unnecessary material possessions. Without the distractions of the outer world, solitude offers a haven where they may develop their character and intellect. It is not a jail but a haven where they can flourish. Sigma males are independent. They are not followers or leaders. Rather, they forge their own route free from social norms and expectations. They are not constrained by established social structures, and they do not look to others for approval. Their motivation and sense of value come from within. Additionally, Sigma guys prefer to avoid social gatherings because they don't want to, not because they're afraid or anxious. They prefer deeper, more meaningful contacts, often one-on-one, where they can participate on a more intellectual level rather than the superficial talk that frequently defines these gatherings. They live in a world that is mostly self-created, reflecting their own ideas and goals. This world may be quiet and isolated, but it is one where people are happy because they are not constrained by social norms or feel compelled to fit in with the herd. Instead, they are free to be who they are and live their lives as they see fit. Sigma men forge their own roots and live their lives according to their own rules. Relationships and Sigma men are a complicated equation. Let's unravel it. In contrast to alpha men, who often want dominance and control, or beta guys, who yearn for acceptance and validation, Sigma males view relationships as a complex dance of closeness and independence. In the world of relationships, Sigma males handle relationships differently, mainly because of their fierce independence and need for personal space. Think of a lone wolf wandering the wilderness, not because he is lonely, but because he chooses to be that way. Sigma males value their independence and solitude and frequently require time and space to recover from social interactions. This does not imply that they avoid relationships. Rather, they approach them at their own pace and on their own terms. Nowadays, when a Sigma guy chooses to be in a relationship, they look for meaningful, long-lasting bonds. They seldom find casual dating or fleeting relationships appealing. They want a companion who respects and acknowledges their need for privacy, someone who is self-sufficient and has their own hobbies and passions. One of the most notable characteristics of Sigma males in relationships is their loyalty. When they commit, they do so fully and are not influenced by fleeting emotions or transient distractions. Sigma males are not the type to lose themselves in a relationship. They maintain their individuality, their unique quirks and idiosyncrasies, even while being a part of a couple. This balance of independence and intimacy is what makes their relationships fascinating and at times challenging. However, there is a catch to their loyalty. They demand their partners to recognize and honor their need for personal space, which is a basic feature of their personality rather than a reflection of how they feel about them. Though they value their independence, seek out deep connections, and are fiercely loyal, Sigma males approach relationships differently than their alpha or beta counterparts. They also require a lot of personal space in the workplace, which is something that cannot be compromised in a relationship. Studying Sigma guys is fascinating. Let's investigate why. Imagine a person who lives on independence, a worker who flourishes in isolation but never backs down from a challenge. This is the Sigma male at work, a special kind of man who would rather forge his own path than follow the herd. Their strong feeling of independence is a defining feature of their work approach. They do best in settings where they have complete control over their own schedules and responsibilities. They often dislike conventional corporate structures and would rather work in positions that provide flexibility and autonomy. Sigma guys are innovative thinkers who see problems as chances to use their special talents. Therefore, they are often attracted to occupations that let them use their creativity. Often, they will be the ones to come up with a fresh solution to an issue that has been baffled by everyone else. When presented with a task, their problem-solving abilities are unmatched simply because they approach things differently. Instead of panicking or running to others for assistance, they take a step back, consider all relevant factors, and devise a plan. They have a talent for figuring out the most effective path to a solution and are great at decomposing difficult issues into digestible chunks. Sigma males are also known for their tenacity. They are not easily discouraged and will often work tirelessly until they achieve their goals. This can make them incredibly valuable in the workplace, as they are often the ones who keep pushing forward when others might give up. However, it's important to note that Sigma males are not necessarily loners. They can work well in teams, but they prefer to contribute in their own unique way. Rather than adhering strictly to group norms, they respect the ideas of others, but they're not afraid to stand their ground when they believe in their own ideas. So, how does a Sigma male succeed at work? By being true to his nature, independent, creative, and determined by solving problems in ways that others might not see, by standing firm in his convictions, yet respect the views of others at work. Sigma males thrive in environments where they can utilize their unique skills and work independently. There are many misconceptions about Sigma males. Let's debunk some of these myths. One of the most widespread misconceptions about Sigma males is that they are antisocial, but this couldn't be further from the truth. They are selectively social and value their solitude because it gives them time for self-improvement and introspection. They are the quiet observers who carefully choose when and with whom to interact. And they are not afraid of social interaction, but they prefer meaningful conversations over small talk. Another misconception is that Sigma males are emotionless, which couldn't be further from the truth. They are deeply emotional beings who frequently keep their feelings to themselves. They prefer to process their emotions inside and respect their emotional solitude, but this doesn't imply they lack empathy or your understanding. On the contrary, their capacity for introspection allows them to have a profound comprehension of human emotions, which makes them very sympathetic. A common misconception about Sigma males is that they are cold and aloof, and in reality, they value their independence and self-reliance and don't feel the need to be around people all the time. This doesn't mean that they are unapproachable or cold-hearted. Rather, it just means that they are more at ease in their own company and prefer to communicate on their own terms. Another widespread myth is that introverted Sigma guys are loners. However, introversion does not always translate into loneliness. Although Sigma guys like to be alone and love their own company, they also cherish deep connections. Despite having a small social circle, they have deep and lasting connections. Finally, some people think that Sigma guys lack ambition since they don't go for conventional sources of success. Although Sigma men have high aspirations, their ideas of success may not coincide with those of society. They place more importance on individual development, independence, and self-sufficiency than on monetary gains. Analyzing Sigma guys necessitates seeing beyond cultural assumptions. Like everyone else, Sigma males have advantages and disadvantages. Let's examine them. A Sigma male's fierce independence is one of their defining characteristics. They are self-sufficient and rely on their own abilities and resources to get by in life. This independence enables them to forge their own path free from social norms or expectations and to easily adjust to changing environments and circumstances because they are not constrained by a need for outside validation. This adaptability is a strength that allows them to flourish in a range of situations. Their capacity for introspection is another asset. Deep thinkers, Sigma males, constantly examine and learn from their experiences. They have a special capacity to think back on their choices and actions, which helps them develop and change over time. This introspection also raises self-awareness, which enables them to better understand themselves and make wiser decisions. Though their love of solitude can be a strength, Sigma males also have weaknesses like any other personality type. One of these weaknesses is their propensity to isolate themselves, which can make them feel disconnected and lonely. As a result, they may find it difficult to build meaningful relationships. Their inability to communicate their feelings is another possible flaw. Because of their reserved demeanor, Sigma men are sometimes seen as distant or aloof, which may make it difficult for them to express their emotions clearly and result in miscommunications or disputes in their interpersonal and professional interactions. Last but not least, while their disdain for social conventions enables individuals to live truthfully, it may also cause conflict with those who place a higher emphasis on these standards. By using their skills and improving their flaws, Sigma guys may live more balanced lives after acknowledging their strengths and shortcomings. Sigma guys may have more contented lives that are really consistent with their distinct personalities and the principles we've discussed. In conclusion, the fascinating realm of Sigma men, let's review what we've discovered. Because of their character attributes and way of life, Sigma guys are the mysterious outlaws who defy social norms. They are the quiet ones that choose quality over quantity at work and thrive in isolation, their comfort zone where creativity and independence grow in relationships. They cherish honesty and strong connections, achievers who would rather not participate in office politics and instead let their work speak for themselves. Many people have misconceptions about Sigma guys, thinking that their independence equates to being distant, yet like everyone else, they have advantages and disadvantages. Their independence might result in emotions of understanding and loneliness, but it can also lead to extraordinary self-sufficiency. Sigma guys tell us that it's okay to be different and help us see the variety of human behavior.